Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Ahmed and you're watching Jaku Studio YouTube channel. So, a few days ago I saw this monkey on Instagram and I also wanted to create this same effect in Blender and I created one, and today I am going to share how I created this effect with you guys. So, without wasting any time, let's get started. So first of all, get your character. I am using this character. So just go into pose mode and start posing your character. I am just going to pose it like I posed it before. So I'll just go and start posing it like I did before. I'll just move the arms here a bit and push the leg forward. Then I'll select the root bone and rotate it slightly, like 40 degree or 30 degree on x-axis. Then I'll just do this, and yeah, that's it. So now just select the body and come here to modifiers tab and make sure to apply the armature modifier. So then delete your rig, select your character, go into edit mode and make sure to separate the head. Now I am just separating the head and its arms, just like this. Be separate by selection, and I wanna delete these as well. So I am just going to select the part that I need, like these things, this one, and I need boot, and yes, I need boots as well. So select them, and now I am going to press Ctrl plus I to reverse the selection. So I only get the selection of these things and I'll just delete them now. So now come here to material properties and delete all the materials. Then come here, open geometry node editor, open geometry node editor and create a new geometry node tree. Now what we wanna do is, if you go into edit mode, the you can see the topology. It's in squares. If you see here, it's in hexagon shape. So to convert this topology into hexagon shape, what we do is we'll add a triangulate node and add dual mesh node. Now as you can see, we converted the mesh into hexagon shape. Now we can start. Now add a split edge node here, so we can split the edges. Then add a separate geometry node here, this one. Then change it to face instead of points, so we are separating the faces from it. Now add a wave texture and plug the color into selection. Then add a color ramp node and place the black marker here, just like this. Now just come to wave texture and set the wave type to rings, and set the direction to spherical, and change the wave profile to saw. Now play with the scale value. The value that works best for me is 0.85, and I set the distortion to 1.5, and all the settings are default. Now come to face off in the wave texture and add a scene time node, and take the frame and plug it into face offset. Now if you press play, you can see it's animated. So now if you can see it's too fast, to slow this we will add a map range node, then add a math node, change it to float module instead of add, and then add a integer, and plug it into this, then plug the integer into from max. So now come to map range, though the value that works best for me is from max 1 and this one to 6.85, and the integer value. Now play with the integer value. Again 50 works best for me, you can choose your value. Now come here to separate geometry node. Now add a set position node here, and come to separate geometry node, plug the inverted into geometry section of set position node, then come to this offset section and plug normal, add a normal node and plug it into this offset of set position node, and add a vector math node, set it to scale instead of add, and set the scale value to -0.02. Then add a join geometry node here and plug this set position node here as well in join geometry. Now we will have our main geometry back. So now what we want to do is, now we'll add a extrude mesh node, and after that we'll add a separate geometry node again here, then come here and add a map range node, plug it into offset, and come here, come to color ramp node and take the color value and plug it into value of map range node. Okay, so now what we want to do is, we want to separate our top faces. We don't want to separate the whole mesh, so select the top and plug it into selection, and make sure to change it to face so we only separate the faces. Then add a scale element node and plug the inverted section to this scale elements node, set the scale value to 0.7, and wait a second, and plug the scale elements node to join geometry. And now come here, press Ctrl and right click to remove this connection, and remove this connection as well. Now come here and select the selection area and plug it into set position node, and select the inverted area and plug it into join geometry node. Then add a scale elements node in between these two nodes, scale elements here, set the value to 0.95, then come down to this map range node and set the 2 minimum value to 0.03 and set the 2 max value to 0.02. And as you can see, we are getting our Now select this mesh and come to modifiers tab, add a weighted normal node, this one. Make sure to check keep sharp edges. Then select the geometry node modifier. Then come to material properties, add two materials. Name one material to emit and name one material to steel. And come to steel material, set the base color to a dark color, something like this, and set the metallic to 1. Then come to this emit material and come to emission, set the color to red or something red you like, or you can use blue as well, and set the strength to 10. Then add a material, set material node here and select the emit material here, this one. Then add a set material node here as well and select the steel material here. Then come here and select these three nodes, normal node, scale node and set position node. Duplicate them and place them here. Then come here to this set material node and select the geometry and plug it into set position node and plug this one to join geometry node. Then come to this vector math node and set the scale value to 0.03 and now duplicate these three nodes again and place them here. Same like before, plug it into join geometry node and make sure to add a delete geometry node here and add a random value node, place it here and plug it into selection section of delete geometry node and change it to boolean instead of float. Again plug it into selection of delete geometry node. I am setting this value to 0.2. Then come here to this vector math node and set the scale value to 1 and make sure to plug this one to set position node as well. So now we will get these scattering objects, as you can see in my example that I created these objects, as you can see these ones. So now to make these objects glow as well, if you come to render properties, set the render engine to cycles, and now if you go into edit mode, first of all make sure to save your file. So I am just going to save this file. So then go into rendered mode and turn off all the lights. Now if you can see, these objects are completely black. They are having the color of this steel material. Now if you guys want these colors, these random particles glowing as well, so to do this, come here to this area and add a set material node here and select emit material, hit enter. Now if you go into rendered mode, now you will see that all of these are glowing, but we don't want all these glowing. If you can see here, some are black, some are glowing. So in order to make this, come here and duplicate this random value node, place it here and plug this value into the selection section of set material node. When we do this, you can see some of these, you can see some of them are glowing now. If you set this value to 1, they all will glow, as you can see. if we set if we set this to 0.5, then half of them will glow. So I set this one to 0.2 because I don't want everyone to glow. And okay, now turn on all the lightings, go into solid mode. So then come to this light path in render properties and set the volume value to 10. Then come down to color management and set the view transform to this Chronos PBR natural. Then change this one to shader editor and change it to world instead of and change the shader type to world instead of object, and delete this background node. And now add a volume scatter node, and plug it into volume section of world output. Sorry, set the density to 0.04. Then go into compositor, check use nodes and add a glare node here. Change the glare type to bloom and set the threshold to 2 and set the size to 5. Make sure to save your file. Then come to geometry node editor again and now go into rendered mode and come to this compositor and use always. Then go into solid mode. Now add a light, shift A, light area, add an area light and place it here, something like, and rotate it like this. Then come to data properties and set the power to 15 and make sure to set the beam shape, set the spread value to 40. Okay, so yeah, now just go ahead and render a single frame or a full animation, just like as you guys want. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.